The snow is still falling in parts of Colorado, so that means you'll wake up to slick spots on bridges and overpasses, and yes, you may have to brush off your car.
We've seen a more than 50-degree temperature swing in the last 24 hours, and tonight temperatures are plummeting and will dip to at or below freezing in some areas.
All right, our live team coverage continues for you tonight. We're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson with what to expect overnight and in the coming days. Denver 7's Gary Brode tracking conditions on the Denver-Aurora line.
First to our Addie Guajardo live off Forest Street and 6th Avenue in Denver. Addie, trees are already down, and tonight Excel crews are getting ready for potential power outages.
That is right, Jessica. That's because the snow and wind has picked up and slowed down throughout the day. Right now it's calm, but really where the problem lies is that the snow is already on some of these tree branches, adding all this extra weight. That means they could snap, and if there's cars underneath, that means that car could get damaged or it could take out power lines. Now, the Denver Fire Department says they're already responding to calls of trees down to help Xcel Energy. The energy company is reporting 106 power outages right now in the Denver metro area and the surrounding area, impacting just under 2,200 residents. Now, a spokesperson with the company tells me last week they began to round up extra staff and contractors for today and tomorrow. More than 500 employees are ready to restore power lost across the state during the snowstorm.
We also are prepped and ready to go to make sure that our teams and our linemen and our vegetation staff are working all the way through 11 p.m. tonight, and also having contractors working overnight to respond to the customer outages.
Power companies try to go through and preemptively clear these lines, but when we get these heavy wet snows, there are going to be limbs coming down.
Now, experts say if you see some of those power lines down, do not get close to them. Just make sure you report them to your power company. Now, an expert on trees was talking to us saying if the tree is more than 25 feet high, stay away from underneath. This could pose a danger, and that's because these branches weigh up to quadruple times the size because of that extra water and that snow weighing them down. Now, Mike Nelson, help fill us in on what we can expect and how much snow we got today.
Addie, officially, we've had about 1.5 inches out of DIA, but about 3 or 4 up in the Boulder area where the National Weather Service office is. Temperatures are falling. We have completed a 70-degree tumble from 101 on Saturday to 31 right now, and that is a record low for this date. And the wind chill, who'd think we'd be talking about that? It's 22 degrees in Denver, 4 currently up at Leadville. Freeze warnings on the plains, still some heavy snow warnings, the mountains and foothills to the west of Denver, snow advisories farther to the west. Now, there's some good news. The main brunt of the snow is pushed through the Denver area now and off a little bit to the east of us over Weld County, central Adams, Arapahoe County into Morgan County. It's a little bit lighter in Denver now, and so we have light snow falling here. But overnight might still pick up another 1 or 2 inches of snow. Temperatures will be in the upper 20s. Flurries and cold for Wednesday. Watch out for the slick ramps and bridges possible tonight and early tomorrow morning. For more on what's happening on the road conditions and outside, let's go to Gary Brode.
Well, Mike, as you said, just a few snowflakes right now. You might see a few right in front of our camera. But as far as the accumulation down here, looking about 1 inch, 1.5 inches, as you said, here around the Denver-Aurora line. Now, if you have a driveway or maybe you live in an apartment complex with a parking lot, you're not seeing too much snow accumulation on the roads at this time. Of course, higher elevations may be slicker in the mornings. What you may have to deal with, though, if you left your car out, maybe anywhere between noon and now, you're going to have to give yourself a few minutes to dust off your car in the morning. So just be aware, that's what you're going to be looking at in the morning before you head to work. But here's the takeaway. Just get through tonight, get through tomorrow. Let's let it warm up and forget that today ever happened. At least that's the way I'm looking at it. Reporting live here in Denver, Gary Brode, Denver 7.
Gary, thank you. Addie, Mike, thank you as well. This is, though, much needed moisture for the mountains. And it's really helped slow the progression of the Cameron Peak fire. Fire crews in Larimer County say they don't want to call this storm a season-ending event, but it certainly gives everybody a chance to take a breath and reassess the fire activity.
Think of this as a big campfire, and it's going to take a lot of water, a lot of moisture, in the right conditions.
And that fire now has scorched more than 100,000 acres.